My man, Denzel Washington, the legend himself. Well, he's been saying a couple of tings recently, and they are, let me just go ahead and check the meter. Oh, right, yeah, it's pinning, it's in the red, and it's as based as you're going to get out of Hollywood. Denzel Washington fights back against cancel culture, citing faith in God, not man. You can't be canceled if you haven't signed up. Exactly, cancellation is a participation sport. You can only be canceled if you capitulate to the mob. And in case you've forgotten, Denzel, he's not exactly that type of guy. Then again, for the past, 30 years at this point in time, he's kind of a Hollywood legend. He's very much established his legacy. There's not exactly that much they can do to him. He's won an Oscar. He's been nominated for many more. He's still finding new and interesting ways to impress the audience. Shout out. Cancel culture has become one of the most powerful forces in Hollywood, in the world, I would argue. But Denzel Washington doesn't care. Entire careers have been reshaped, derailed, and even ended at the hands of social media outrage and shifting cultural trends. But for the legendary actor Denzel Washington, none of it matters. He isn't worried about the approval from the crowd and is certainly not worried about being canceled. In a recent interview promoting the latest collaboration with Spike Lee, Denzel Washington made his position on cancel culture perfectly clear. His words weren't the kind of hedged or politically correct answers that audiences, and even, he's sitting opposite to Spike Lee, who's been one of the biggest agitators in Hollywood for years. He transcends different cultural baggage, but he's always on the wrong side of this shit. But anyways, it's so funny, right? It's so funny the circles the cultural conservatives will run in, but whenever this stuff is flip reverse, like you would never find somebody as overtly political cut from the cloth that Spike Lee is cut from ever working with, a director or a producer. If they had the same leanings as Denzel Washington, or at least they wouldn't be quiet about it. Yes, Washington spoke from a place of conviction and faith, making it clear that cancel culture has no authority over him. One might say the cancel culture ain't got shit on me. When asked directly by Complex News if he was worried about being canceled, Washington immediately challenged the very idea. What do you mean, to be canceled? He asked. The interviewer clarifies that cancel culture is about losing public support, and Denzel Washington didn't hesitate. Who cares who made public support so important to begin with? Fucking based, man. And it was a striking response, especially in an industry that often treats audience approval as the most valuable currency of all. While other stars scrambled to rehabilitate their image after the smallest misstep, Washington shrugged off the entire concept with one dismissive question. Who the fuck cares? Washington didn't stop there. He went on to explain exactly what guides him through the world obsessed with reputation and popularity. His faith. Yeah, because recently I thought, he got ordained as a minister, as far as I can remember. I seen something like that pop up, but maybe they reference it here. I don't follow anybody. I follow God. I don't follow a man. I have faith in God. I have hope in man, he said. Awesome, man. Fantastic. It is consistent with what Washington has said for decades. He has long been open about his Christian faith, crediting it with the foundation of his career, his decision-making, and his view on success. And I mean, if you want somebody to look up to, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better role model, honestly. Unlike many of his peers in Hollywood, he isn't trying to curry favor with critics or make himself a darling of online activists, which, just perfectly transitions us into the next thing that he said, which is, he's tired of the movies. I don't go to the movies. I don't watch the movies anymore. And I guess I'm more like Denzel than I really thought at this point in time. Maybe this isn't a tan after all. But this is hilarious. Denzel Washington joined GQ for the video interview with his highest to lowest director Spike Lee and co-star A$AP Rocky, and made a surprising revelation that he no longer watches movies. The two-time Oscar winner. Well, obviously, I know he won for Training Day. I forgot what his other win was for, my mistake. But Washington has well over 40 film credits, under his belt, and a career that spans, 4 decades, all the way back to 1981. I don't watch movies, man. I really don't. Washington said, I'm just being honest with you. I don't watch movies. I don't go to the movies. I don't watch movies. I'm tired of movies. Yeah. When Lee asked Washington how many movies he's made, the actor responded, too many. I think 50. Highest to lowest marks the 5th collaboration between Washington and Lee, following Mo Better Blues in 1990, Malcolm X in 92. Was that the one that he won for? Might have been. He Got Game in 98 and Inside Man in 2006. Inside Man was a Spike Lee joint? Really? Interesting, because I like that. Washington was nominated for the Best Actor for, Oscar and Malcolm X. Okay, and the award, Lee maintains Washington should have won. Right. Now that Washington strives for awards, he went viral earlier this summer for saying that no acting decision he makes in his career has anything to do with winning awards. Oh, he's just been, rattling off base takes this year, huh? I don't do it for Oscars. I don't care about I don't care about that kind of stuff. Washington said on Jake's Takes podcast. I've been at this for a long time, and there's time when I won that I shouldn't have won, and I didn't win, and I should have won. Yeah, man gives award, God gives the reward. That is definitely, that's a profound statement. Okay, Washington continues. I'm not interested in the Oscars. People ask me, why do you keep doing it? Well, next to the other one, I'm not bragging, just telling you how I feel about it my last day. The Oscars are going to do me a bit of good. Highs to Lowest is now playing in select theaters and has become available on streaming on Apple TV starting September 5th. Yeah, all that stuff. But yeah, man, short, sweet, and to the point. Denzel Washington continues to prove that he is a legend among legend, a man above most of the other men. He doesn't put himself above God, but at this point in time, if we needed to have a list of, the lesser gods in Hollywood, I mean, we kind of got a diversity pick right there now, don't we? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.